Welcome to That's That. Got an ain't it? Yeah, today we're going to talk about the conscious and the subconscious mind, and we're going to go over why it's very important to have an understanding of these two, because they can conflict with your life.
Age 1. Oh, this. Oh, okay, this is quite. Actually, yeah.
Yeah, so you see where I'm going to go?
I know where you're going to go with this.
To fucking head into this. Right, okay, so this conscious and subconscious mind, they are two very different, but they work together. Conscious is like, say, you know, when you're reading a book, it feeds the conscious mind a little bit. The subconscious mind is the program. So that's a downloaded program that's in your mind, basically. That's the easiest way to explain it without getting too in depth. So that's the idea of these videos, is to break it down so they're understandable, rather than just being like, hey, against the end of the video and being like, what the bloody hell did I just learn? So hopefully you can understand it better, especially when it's written out like this. This was probably the most important thing that I learned. It makes you sort of go, yeah, oh wow, what the hell? God, that makes so much sense why I do these certain things. So these two are so important because they can affect your life negatively and they can affect it positively, all depending on the age you are now. So let's talk a little bit about frequency first. Life is basically running off frequencies, right? We've got frequencies, we've got constructive interference and destructive interference. Now, when we talk about frequency, let's in the easiest terms, let's say if you get two pebbles above water, you drop them both at the same height at the same time, and you get the ripples off the water, obviously. Just keep it simple. And when you drop them both at the same time at the same height, you get the ripples. They both work together. If you drop them at the same time, that's called constructive interference. If you used to drop them at different times at the same height, drop, they will land into the water and the ripples will cancel each other out. That's called destructive interference. And they cancel each other out. The ripples cancel each other out. They don't spread like they do when it's constructive. Now this happens in life, and people don't realise this. So everyone's experienced this in life, basically. So let's say, from a constructive point of view, I mean, people go off different frequencies. Everyone has a different frequency. Let's say, you know, you get back home from work one day, and you got to go to a party that night or something. So, and then you're like, oh, I can't be bothered, you know, I just want to stay in bed. And then, you know, people go, oh, come on, it'd be good. But you're just like, oh, you know, it'd be okay. When you get there, you just sort of, you know what I mean? So I think everyone's experienced that. And then once you get there, you're like, oh my God, I see all these people, and it's like really good. That's constructive interference. Your frequency is on the same level as everyone else's in that room. So all of a sudden you've come from this, and then all of a sudden people have actually picked your frequency up. So you're now, it's like good and bad vibrations. It's the same thing. The Dyson. Oh, Frodo feet. Now in a destructive interference, it's where in a situation, trying to think of a situation. So when you're sort of like talking to someone and you're just sort of not really, you know, getting along, you know what I mean? You just not got that much in common, if you like, and you just sort of can go, yeah, I don't really get along with this person. Now there's nothing wrong with either of you, you're just both on different frequency levels. And it's very important to know that, because then it's not like, oh yeah, that guy's an idiot. It's not necessarily an idiot, it's probably just not on the same wavelength as you, that's all it is. Yeah, once you know that, it's like, oh God, you can go, oh, that makes so much sense. You can probably adapt into your own life. And now why I say it's relevant to this, because there's 5 different frequencies that we go through life, and it's basically from age 0. I should have put 0 on here, but we're not really going to count that because, you know, whatever, you're 0, aren't you? You're nothing years old. Let's talk about when you are first born. Right, so as soon as you are born, you're in frequency delta. Delta is the lowest form of frequency. The next one after that is theta. Then is alpha. They're basically the main 3. Then after that there's 2 higher frequencies, which is beta, gamma. So delta being the first one, let's talk about deltas. Delta is basically pure growth. You are in complete growth. You're basically, so when through the ages of 1 to 2, you are delta. So from the ages of, you know, when you're a baby, you know, you're just basically sleeping and you're eating and you're crying. That's it. You're in pure growth. That's it. Nothing's actually getting downloaded just yet. You haven't even got a conscious just yet. So conscious doesn't set in until roughly, now this is the average person, age 7. That's why I've split 2 colours here. So after age 7 is when you start to build a conscious. Through these years, 3 to 7, but if you like, it's still basically from 1 to 7, you're basically downloading everything into the subconscious mind. The person who you are today is because of these years right here. So in these years, what's different, theta is basically, sorry for my handwriting's crap again, hypnosis. Theta is hypnosis. You are under a trance, so anything that you see, do, practice, you basically look, you know when you're a kid you just look at, you're literally downloading everything into the subconscious mind. And the thing is with the subconscious, it's non-discriminatory. So it doesn't matter if it's good or bad. It ain't gonna go, okay, that's bad, I'm not gonna download it. No, if it's still bad, or you know, if it's any sort of trauma in these sort of years here, then it's still gonna get stored. It's not bothered if it's good or bad, basically. That's why it's very important here what happens, and that's why people are so different. Everyone's so different because of how they've been brought up. You know, that's it. And anything. So basically, when you get to age 7, some people will go beyond that. Theta will go right up to the age of, say, sometimes 14. It all depends, but that's just average. Your average build a conscious in about 7. So then after that, your conscious sets in, which is alpha. You've got a conscience then. Alpha, you're more aware of what's going on, of your surroundings. You've got a conscience, you know, you start thinking a lot more, you start thinking about what you want to be doing with your life. You're still, obviously, you know, you're a kid still, you're still playing around and stuff, but you're thinking a lot more of, you're more aware of your surroundings, you know. You've got your own personality, you know, you've developed all these skills, good and bad, remember that. These two, basically, they're the main three. They're the main three, the first childhood ages. They're the main three. These two you go in and out of every day. Say when you're at work, let's say, if you're at the work, you're sort of in and out of beta and gamma. So obviously gamma is more than beta. So say if you're in physical exercise, you're in gamma, because obviously your body's taxed. So you're going to need a more frequency whilst you're exercising. Let's just say. Let's say if you've got a bad subconscious, say you've had a lot of trauma or a lot of bad experiences through these years, but not limited to the age of 7. Remember, it could go after that. So if there's any more trauma in the ages after this, you can see it still gets planted into here because of trauma is it's a shock to the body. So a lot of people they'll go into a protection. It will go straight into subconscious mind for protection. So the question obviously is, when it comes down to it, if there is trauma, it's like, oh no, that's it, or you've had some bad experiences, let's say, can you change the subconscious? Yes, you can. The way you learn through the subconscious is through repetition. Repetition. You know, when, like, say you learn to do your ABCs, let's say, keep it simple. So when you learn to do your A to Z, you didn't just know it, you had to learn it. So you've done it every day, A to Z, and then eventually you get stuck. That's it, being straight in subconscious mind. It's the same with driving a car. You didn't just get in the car and drive, you have to learn it, you have to get planted into subconscious mind. Now you get in the car. A good situation when your subconscious mind is actually is when you're driving a car, let's say, you're driving to a destination, you've got a friend in the car with you, and you're having a full conversation with this person but still driving. You ever done this where you get to the destination, you still talk like, yeah, you pull up, handbrake up, and you go, I don't remember driving that past 20 minutes, half hour. Well, because you were so talking to it, well, that's subconscious. Consciously you was talking to the person, subconsciously was driving the car. Once you're aware that, you know, because a lot of people blame themselves for like how they act. That's another issue. You know, a lot of people will be like, oh, why am I like this way? Why am I like this way? We just got to look how you've been brought up. Go look at your parents, look how they brought you up, you know. And the other obvious thing is, it's not a blame thing. If your parents have done some bad in the past, they don't know about this either. So this is not a way to go, oh, I blame them, I blame these. That's not the objective of this. The objective is, once you're aware of this, you can change the subconscious mind through repetition. If that doesn't work, the one after that is hypnosis again. So what a lot of cognitive therapy is, or therapists do, is they put you back into a state of theta again. That's what they do. So they put you back into this state of mind again, because it's hypnosis. That's all it is. It's just the difference is when you're a child, it doesn't matter. You don't even know you're in this stage. It's now you've got a conscious. It's got a lot harder for, you know, the therapist to sort of go, okay, we need to know what the problem is. So it's down to the individual exactly what's going on really. Some obviously are a lot worse than others when it comes to a lot of abuse and stuff like that. You know, a lot of people question it a lot, but you just need to have a look at your life. Look at your life. What's been going on? What's happened? A lot of people have got very good. I mean, on the whole, a lot of people will have a good upbringing. There's a slight few things that, you know, just want to tweak. You know, where some what your parents may believe that's not necessarily true, but that's not their fault, if that makes sense, because it was planned. It's just an ongoing process of being passed down. That's all it is. So it's no one's fault. But once you know all this, it gives you a chance to change it. You know, it gives you a chance to adapt and be who you want to be. That's all it is. So if there's anything that's hindering you, it's normally something to do with the subconscious mind. A belief that's not necessarily true, then it's not yours, it's someone else's. So rewrite it. You have the power to rewrite. You did it in the first 6 years or 7 years, you know. You've done it then. It's just now you didn't have a conscious, and now you have a conscious after this age. You're like, oh, I can't do nothing about it. You can. There's loads of cognitive different therapies that you can do. There's not just one. A lot of people I've tried 10 different ones. I think one of the most common ones, one of the best ones, called Psych K. It's called. I think it's it's on the website www.psychk.com, and we'll put like a right up there. That's one of the popular ones. You can look into it yourself. I've looked into it. It's very interesting, to be honest. It's very interesting. So if you want to look that up, you can. It's there to have a look at.
I always thought it was bad that you got a conscience.
What, you feel always bad out of conscience?
Like when you gain a conscience, that's it. You feel
so
when it goes down.
That's the problem a lot of people get. They think soon as they get a conscience, because you've got a conscience, it's there for thinking. That's what it does. It's there to support you. It's a support program. It's there for you to go, right, okay. Oh god, but it doesn't mean that it's. A lot of people don't realise it doesn't mean that, oh, this is it. This is who I am now. This is it, I can't do anything about it. You can, of course you can. Absolutely. Same thing again. What do you do here? Repetition. A lot of times that works. Keep repeating that thing you want. It will get to that stage. But obviously it depends on what the scale was, how bad the scale was, you know. And bad is down to the person. It's you know what I mean? There's no right or wrong way about it. So oh, coffee is it? It's alright, mate. Yeah. Yeah, it's alright. Another way to change it, which is very interesting actually, subconscious again. One of the most popular ways, they're the 3 popular ways. There's other ways, loads of ways you can change it. But these are the ones that are effective and actually work. The third way is, you know, you go through these frequencies every day and night. So when you go through them frequencies is when you're falling asleep. As you're going to sleep, you're coming out of consciousness, you go out of alpha into theta again. You know that bit where you're like, you know, you're just sort of like, you know, when you do that. It's horrible. You do that, that's theta, you're falling back, you know, you lose your consciousness again, and then you're in delta. So another way that can be done, you know, is that if there's a program that you've got, say on like, there's loads of different programs you can listen to on like YouTube and stuff, there's stuff you can download, put headphones on at night, that's what I say to do, and any program that you want to learn, you subconsciously listen to this. So when you lose out of consciousness, you go, that is literally, basically like plugging the aux straight into the subconscious. And another important thing one of the most important things to remember, let's get a different colour pen because good whiteboard. Another thing to remember is, this is the one that shocks you the most. You'd be like, oh my god, Tom, I can't believe that. Statistically, they say anywhere between 90 to 95. Oh, let's put percentage. That's not a percent sign, Tom. 90 to 95% of your life is coming from the subconscious mind without you even knowing it, making it only 10% of the conscious mind. So if you've got anything that's sabotaging, most of your life is coming from the subconscious. Subconscious is out of conscious. You're not consciously of it. Conscious when you're thinking about everything, you know, when you're worrying about everything, that's your conscious thinking in. So the idea is if you can put the conscious into, you know, your conscious is your aspirations and dreams. You know, what you want to do with life, you know, that's what you're asking yourself. Whatever in the conscious, you put in the subconscious. So it happens automatically. So them things that you want, you stick into the subconscious mind, it will happen without you even trying. So that's why I say it's very important. That's the reason for this whole video, is because sabotaging beliefs and everything that's been downloaded into subconscious mind ruins your conscious mind. That will override, it is like 100 times more powerful than conscious ever will be. And that's why this is very important to learn, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. Once you've learned this, once you're aware of this, you can sort of look at your life, look at your own life and just sort of say, you know, where do I want to work on? What do I want to work on? Anything that you struggle with is something that's hindering you in the subconscious mind, either a belief or something that's happened. So I hope that. And that's that. So thanks for watching. I hope this helps a lot of people. So if you wasn't aware of this before, hopefully you can look at it now and go, oh, okay, you got more of awareness. So straight away, now you've just watched this video, a little bit is getting into the conscious mind. So you've gone, okay, it's like reading a book that goes into the conscious mind. But to really get this one going, just try, God, I don't just want to say, yeah, just repeat it, just repeat the stuff you're trying to do. But you know, if it's just basic stuff where, like I say, if it's stuff that's anything you struggle with in life is going to be from the subconscious mind. You need to override it, break the pattern, move your body, get moving. You know what I mean? Move your physiology. That's the word. Once you move your physiology, as soon as you move your physiology, it'll change your biochemistry. Basically, it's all a science. It's all a science, and all this is doing, all the mind is doing, it don't want to change. You know what I mean? It's there to go. okay, you're here. This is where you are. It's an organisation. That's what it is. This and the heart, they're two completely different. A lot of people think they're like the same, but they're not, completely different. This won't tell you the truth, but this will. The heart will tell you the truth. The brain won't. This is like a thinking thing. It's, you know, anything that it's anything in the mind's a question, isn't it? Isn't it? Yeah, anything you think of, it's a question, isn't it? You know what I mean? It's very, when you think about it, anything that you think of, it's a question. Big nose. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I hope that you will stick around and watch more of my videos, because I will be doing a lot more about it. I know this one's quite in depth, and if you need to rewatch it, you can go back. If you want to learn anything else, you can message me. Don't message me on my Facebook page or somewhere like that, and I can talk to you about it, whatever, because I'm really into this. You know, it's sort of my thing, so yes. So yeah, thanks for watching, and hope to see you on the next video.